Barry the Bear's Big Beginning. The first adventure in the life of Barry the Grizzly Bear. Deep in the wide green forests of Canada, where the pine trees stretch toward the sky and the rivers rush fast and cold, a little grizzly bear named Barry was born. His fur was thick and brown, his eyes were curious and bright, and from the very beginning, Barry had a nose for adventure. Barry lived with his mama, a wise and gentle bear named Mama Grizz, and his older brother Ben. They had a cozy den tucked beneath a hill, lined with soft moss and dried leaves. In the winter, the den was warm and quiet, perfect for sleeping through the snowy months. But when spring came, the forest would wake up, and so would Barry. Barry's world was full of wonder. There were birds that sang songs in the treetops, squirrels that played hide and seek, and butterflies that danced through the sunlight. But Barry's favorite thing of all was the river. It twisted and turned through the forest like a silver ribbon, and it was always full of life. "Time to learn to fish," Mama Grizz announced one bright morning. The snow had melted, and the river was bubbling with energy. Barry's paws sank into the soft earth as he followed Mama Grizz and Ben to the water's edge. "Fishing?" Barry asked, his head tilting. "Is it hard?" Ben puffed out his chest. "Not if you're fast. Watch this!" He crouched low near the water, his eyes locked on a salmon swimming upstream. In a flash, Ben's paw splashed down, and a big wriggling fish flew through the air. Barry gasped. "Whoa, that was amazing!" Ben grinned and dropped the fish on the grass. "You try now." Barry tiptoed to the edge and looked into the water. The salmon were fast, and the river was cold. He waited and waited. Then, splash! He swiped with his paw, but he missed. "That's okay," Mama Grizz said, nuzzling him gently. "Fishing takes patience. Try again." Barry kept trying, and each time he got a little better. He learned how to stand still, how to watch the shadows in the water, and how to strike just at the right moment. After many tries, he finally caught a salmon of his own. "I did it!" Barry shouted, his face lit with joy. Mama Grizz and Ben clapped their paws. "Great job, Barry!" That night, they roasted the salmon over a fire. Well, Mama Grizz did. Bears don't need matches, just a few sparks and dry twigs. The fish was juicy and warm, and Barry thought it was the best meal he'd ever had. Barry's days were filled with learning and laughter. He and Ben would race through the woods, climb trees, and chase butterflies. Sometimes they would find honey hidden high in the trunks of tall trees. Mama Grizz would boost them up, and they'd come down sticky and sweet. One afternoon, Barry and Ben were playing by the river when they heard something strange, a rustling in the bushes. Barry froze. "Did you hear that?" Ben nodded. "Stay low." Out from the bushes stepped a small, wide-eyed fox. She looked scared and lost. "Hi," Barry said softly. "Are you okay?" The fox blinked. I can't find my way home." Barry looked at Ben, then back at the fox. "We can help you." So Barry, Ben, and the little fox, her name was Fenny, set off through the woods. They crossed streams, climbed rocks, and sniffed the air for clues. Barry remembered what Mama Grizz always said: a bear uses his nose as much as his paws. Finally, they reached a clearing with a den tucked beneath some tree roots. Fenny squealed with joy. "This is it! This is my home!" Her mama came running out, her eyes full of worry. When she saw Fenny, she wrapped her up in a big hug. "Oh, thank you, she said to Barry and Ben. Barry smiled wide. "I'm glad we could help." As they walked back to their own den, the sky turned orange and gold. "That was a good adventure," Ben said. Barry nodded. "I like helping others." "Maybe that's what you're meant to do," Mama Grizz said when they told her the story. Explore the forest, meet new friends, and lend a paw where it's needed. Barry's eyes sparkled. He liked the sound of that. That night, as he lay in the cozy den with the sounds of the forest all around, Barry thought about his day. He had fished, made a new friend, and helped someone find their way. He felt proud, but more than that, he felt excited for all the adventures yet to come. This is only the beginning, he whispered to himself, curling into a ball. One day, I'll write it all down, all my adventures. I'll call it The Life of Barry the Bear. And with that, Barry the Bear drifted off to sleep, dreaming of rivers to cross, mountains to climb, and stories to tell.